Please click on subscribe button to get latest news updates from across the world. Breaking news. Here it is. Congress memo release. They're going to prison. #release the memo has the rallying cry for conservatives, Republicans, and those on the right for the FBI/FISA/Russia memo. We have been shouting it from the rooftops, publicly lobbying Intelligence Chairman Devin Nunes for the release of the memo for the last few days, and it seems we are finally being heard. Many members of Congress themselves taking to social media themselves to lobby for the public release of the memo. Men like Rep. Dave Joyce of the 14th District of Ohio, who tweeted, "Great news. Our efforts to release the memo have been effective, and the HPSC plans to begin the process to release the FBI/FISA/Russia memo. This may take up to 19 plus congressional workdays, but Americans deserve to know the truth." 0 shares. Facebook. Twitter. #release the memo has the rallying cry for conservatives, Republicans, and those on the right for the FBI/FISA/Russia memo. We have been shouting it from the rooftops, publicly lobbying Intelligence Chairman Devin Nunes for the release of the memo for the last few days, and it seems we are finally being heard. Many members of Congress themselves taking to social media themselves to lobby for the public release of the memo. Men like Rep. Dave Joyce of the 14th District of Ohio, who tweeted, "Great news. Our efforts to release the memo have been effective, and the HPSC plans to begin the process to release the FBI/FISA/Russia memo. This may take up to 19 plus congressional workdays, but Americans deserve to know the truth." Dave Joyce. Heavy check mark. @Rep Dave Joyce. Great news. Our efforts to #release the memo have been effective, and the HPSC plans to begin the process to release the FBI/FISA/Russia memo. This may take up to 19 plus congressional workdays, but Americans deserve to know the truth. 12:25 a.m., January 21, 2018. 3,582 replies, 10,462 retweets, 19,992 likes. Twitter adds info and privacy. Zero Hedge reported all hell is breaking loose in Washington, D.C., and rightfully so, after a 4-page memo detailing extensive FISA court abuse was made available to the entire House of Representatives Thursday. It demonstrates that the government views our Fourth Amendment as simply words on paper, and the contents of the memo are so explosive it could and most definitely should lead to the removal of senior officials in the FBI and the Department of Justice, and the end of Robert Mueller's special counsel investigation. As a result of this revelation, many House Republicans approached Speaker Paul Ryan about incorporating a vote to make public this explosive new FISA abuse memo as part of government shutdown negotiations. The 4-page document, circulated to the full House, details the egregious abuses of surveillance by the FBI, DOJ, and Obama administration against the Trump campaign during and after the 2016 U.S. presidential election. The revelations contained within this Republican majority-authored report is astounding, to say the least. Rep. Matt Gaetz, RFL, describes it as jaw-dropping and demands full transparency, while the top-ranking Democrat on the House Intel Committee, Adam Schiff, DCA, attempts to dismiss the memo as little more than profoundly misleading talking points drafted by Republican staffers. Schiff calls it rife with factual inaccuracies and referencing highly classified materials that most Republican Intelligence Committee members were forced to acknowledge they had never read. This is meant only to give Republican House members a distorted view of the FBI. This may help carry White House water, but it is a deep disservice to our law enforcement professionals. As reported by Bloomberg, Gaetz said the effort was led by Freedom Caucus Chairman Mark Meadows of North Carolina and caucus co-founder Jim Jordan of Ohio. Jordan confirmed that some conservatives had highlighted in continuing resolution talks that it was extremely important that the memo go public. He said it was not something they were requiring of the Republican leadership in return for votes. But it was something we definitely talked about that needs to happen, Jordan added. Meadows earlier referred to subplots of promises the Freedom Caucus was able to extract from the leadership before he agreed to support the continuing resolution. Mr. Meadows and Mr. Jordan and many conservatives want to include in this negotiation a requirement that the House make public intelligence documents that highlight the unfair treatment of the President by the FBI and the Justice Department, Gates said. Gates said he couldn't describe the contents of the entire memo put together by the House Intelligence Committee because to do so would reveal classified information, in the absence of a vote to do so, he said. Just 218 votes and the American people can read this intelligence information that goes to the fundamentals of our democracy. Part of me wishes that I didn't read it because I don't want to believe that those kinds of things could be happening in this country that I call home and love so much, said Meadows. Other Republican congressmen have weighed in with their opinions as well, expressing their disgusted, most notably Rep. Steve King, RIA, stating, "I have read the memo. The sickening reality has set in. I no longer hold out hope there is an innocent explanation for the information the public has seen. I have long said it is worse than Watergate. It was never Trump and always Hillary." #ReleaseTheMemo calls for the memo's release have dominated social media since its existence was made known, with many suggesting it be leaked in a similar fashion to Dianne Feinstein's publication of transcripts of a closed-door testimony before the Senate Judiciary Committee by opposition research firm Fusion GPS co-founder Glenn Simpson. Representative Jody Hice of Georgia's 10th District joined the call for transparency to #ReleaseTheMemo, stating by way of social media, earlier this morning, "I examined the classified, 4-page memo from House Intelcom regarding the FBI, DOJ, and the so-called #Russian collusion. To put it simply, wow. I joined the call to #Release the memo. Americans deserve truth and transparency." Rep. Ron DeSantis states of the memo and the necessity to release it to the American people, "While the report is classified as top secret, I believe the Select Committee should, pursuant to House rules, vote to make the report publicly available as soon as possible. This is a matter of national significance and the American people deserve the truth."